We are on the way to meet with our designer. They've got some renders for us.
I'm very excited.
We're very excited. There should be renders of the interior of the house. We already saw like a small render of the front. It wasn't complete, but it was just to get us an idea. That was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But this is the first time we're seeing with the inside rendering, kind of some of the design choices we made. It's feeling like real now.
Yeah, we're gonna see like a real house.
Yes.
It looks real.
So we're, I don't know how much we'll show you guys. I'll probably set this up at least and get like a time lapse. That's what they're called. Get one of those, because I don't know, how are we gonna do this?
I don't know.
What are we doing, y'all? Okay, well, we're almost here. That was quick. I overslept today. Can you believe that? I cannot believe it. But yeah, we're on the way. I'm kind of just rambling now.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Let's go.
Let's do it. Home. Uh-oh. I don't know what's... Ah! Gonna drive by car wash.
Whoa!
I'm glad I got that on camera.
That was a huge metal plate.
That was a small child.
Woo! No, it was not.
She just ran over a small child. All right, we just left. We went over a bunch of stuff. Incredibly happy with what we saw.
Yeah.
They wanted us to come here and check out some stone options for the outside of the house. So where are we at? Marshall Stone. All right, we came out here, check it out. And they had one, that's it right there, that they wanted us to look at. This stone right here. What do you think, babe?
I like it. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I like all of it. Like, I don't know the difference, you know what I mean? Like, I like this, which might be that. I don't know. This is a little...
That's red, very red.
It's a little red.
Yeah.
Brownish. Oh, here we go. It's a nice little wall.
Some of these might not be veneers.
Well, that 100% is not veneer. The first one we touched, they're full stones.
No, that's veneer.
It is?
Yes, they wouldn't have pitched it to us if it wasn't.
Because you don't like them this thin, right?
Absolutely not.
Okay. And you don't like them this blocky?
No.
So you like stuff like this, like that natural look?
Kind of, but like with more roundness.
So less square.
No, not less square, but like more roundness to this edge instead of having it be that sharp. Like, you see how that's cut? Sharp.
So you like them like this to be a soft edge?
Kind of, yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Like what we were just looking at.
I'm just trying to look at more options over here just to see kind of what you mean. Kind of like this?
Kind of, yeah.
Realistically though, I don't care enough. Like, they're different, but I'm not anal enough to where it really matters. Does it come in black? I kind of like this one because it's got like this rust looking stuff on it. Actually, is that metal? Like, that's wild. It's not, but that's cool to me. I don't know what these big, look how, I don't know what we would use these for, but these look so awesome. Like, what even is this? Like, bruh, I don't know what to use this for, but I want to use it for something. Yo, what can I make with this? Tell me this doesn't look like the entrance to Mordor. This looks sick. And this wouldn't be a video if I didn't complain about getting roasted right now. It's not that hot out here today, but I'm made out of tissue paper and complaints. This is making me want some kind of outdoor vibe that's going on.
I mean, we have a lake.
We do, but this is nice.
Yeah.
I will say this is nice.
We
Also,
can put this into one of the like flower gardens up near the house.
and you know, I told you squirrel loves a koi pond.
Mm-hmm.
Look, squirrel, this is for you.
There's no fish in there.
Yeah, there is.
What?
There's fish. This is a koi pond. And it's live too, because this is actually super nice. All right, squirrel, tell you what, you come over and I'll let you dig and do a koi pond at our house. But you got to do it all. You actually got to pay for it too.
Oh my gosh.
I like this little joint right here. Is this leathered? Feel that.
Yes.
That's what you're talking about? It's hot as hell, bro.
It might be honed or leathered, one of the two.
Yeah, I do like that. You know how your iPhone or your watch will say, warning, overheating? My body just did that. One quick suggestion before, what about techno block? No, you don't like it? Fair. Okay, that's enough. It's enough.
Hello there. Missed you all last week. Unfortunately, nothing's going on at the house, so we didn't really have anything to give to you or to show for that. But in the meantime, I'm going to be going to look at some antiques. So before you're worried, Luke does not care. He wants no part of this search, so I'm not robbing that from him by just going by myself. I actually went to Virginia yesterday and did some antique shopping with my aunt. That was wonderful. I didn't take any video of that, but I'll have the editor insert some video here of what I got. Some awesome Christmas records, some really cool older books, one that was about gardening, and some gifts for Luke for his birthday and for Christmas. Obviously, I'm not going to show those because he will see this video, but I'm pretty excited with what I found, and I have come to, it's called Antique Marketplace in Greensboro, North Carolina. It's the biggest antique place I've ever been to. It's basically an antique mall. It's enormous. I'll show you in just a second. But yeah, looking for a couple of things, you know, normal knickknack stuff, but also some furniture pieces that we're looking for the house that I am keeping an eye out for. So come along with me. It's really windy, so I don't know if you're going to be able to hear me, but this is how big it is. Goes on forever. It is deceivably large, but that means there's really good stuff inside. So because Luke and I have such different styles, and his is so ultra industrial and kind of modern, my side kind of comes in the accessories department. So thinking like antique furniture here and there, antique knickknacks, some lamps, some, you know, cool lighting in general, I think would be a really good way to bring it in. This place has a ton of stuff, as you can already see. You know, everything from huge manor tables to this really adorable little elf that's sitting on the shelf here. And pinball machines. So they've got slightly more modern stuff. There's two big ones right here, one of which I think looked like it was from the early 50s. The other one's a little bit more modern. They've got neon lights, clothing. All of these shops are set up by different people also. So they have their own section and they bring their own antiques to each one. So this trip is mostly fun and to bring you guys along. I am looking for a couple of things, kind of like that grandfather clock there. My grandmother had one in the house when I was growing up, so it's definitely something I want to incorporate into my own home. I'm looking for, you know, guest bedroom things, really unique decorative items as well. And of course, holiday stuff is always welcome. I really love the idea of pieces in the home having history, especially since we're building a brand new house. Bringing in some natural elements or some items that have, you know, had a whole life before they came into my possession is something that I've always liked. And I'm definitely a nerd for thinking back to, you know, how life was like hundreds of years ago, thinking about how they had to live their life, the lack of modern convenience, electricity, indoor plumbing, all that stuff. I don't want to go back to that time. However, I do love the aesthetic. So I thought this was a really cute piece. Luke loves Vegas, loves to gamble a little bit, and this is a really interesting party roulette tray that also has like knights and queens and kings on it. I collect records with my mom, so I'm always on the lookout for good ones of those, or any old electronics. I think it's always interesting, even if I don't buy them. This nun legitimately scared the crap out of me. And then you've got a nurse poodle behind it. I mean, what more could you ask for in an antique store? That is another thing too. A lot of going to the antique store for me is getting to see just really weird stuff and kind of wondering like, why was this ever made in the first place? Another beautiful selection of really odd teddy bears. And right next to it is a lot of like war memorabilia. So you've got the full range of stuff. Getting into some awesome Halloween decor. I love a good vintage paper Halloween cutout. This section had so many of them and they are so cute. Little Thanksgiving one thrown in there. I absolutely love this type of decoration just because it just feels more authentic to me, and you get to reuse stuff. Super cute little pumpkin lights. Yeah, this one stall I needed to remind myself to go back to. I love a good head vase. So there's a lot of vases like this that are in the shape of a man or a woman's head. This was a pirate and you're meant to put flowers in it. I think those are really cool too. Love to have me some good fresh flowers every now and then. Hopefully one day I'll be growing some on Acme Acres. Pretty sick bobcat. You know, just trying to find unique stuff. Always keeping an eye out for that. I love these barley twist. I think they're called chairs. Not these specifically. I'm not so much a fan of the cane, but the twist in the wood, the turning that they've done to it is just a really cool detail that I like on, legs of tables or chairs. I'm on the lookout for those. And then I hit the absolute motherload of ornaments. So not only just for Christmas, there's definitely a ton of Christmas ornaments, but there are Halloween, birthdays, Easter, farm tools, like anything that you could think of. This place had so many, and I think they're all glass. They were priced like they were glass, but I just absolutely loved these. There's little gnomes, hens and chicks and roosters. I mean, if you have a themed Christmas tree, which, side note, I definitely will, these are amazing. All of these vintage looking Halloween ones, it just made me so happy. And even though I didn't pick up any that day, that's kind of also the point of antiquing, is you get to experience this and look at stuff that's really interesting, and you don't necessarily have to find a place for it in your house. Although I might go get some of those. This place had a lot of cute pottery and lighting. It's another thing I'm kind of looking for, is really interesting lighting. And if I can find it secondhand, it's going to be cheaper and probably more interesting. Some intense chalices, and then this interesting old wheelchair. So again, being able to find unique things, the antique store is just the place to do that. Target is definitely not going to hold a candle to the kind of craziness in here. Now, I am a book lover, and this section was awesome. There's no order to any of this though, so you do have to be willing to spend the time to look through every single one if you're looking for something specific. There's a little Santa cardboard cutout that I thought was really cute too. If you need a Pegasus, they got you. But yeah, this is kind of just really taking the time to slow down and notice things. You kind of have to, or you're just not going to find anything at the antique store. I talk about that a lot on my podcast, Conscious Contact, really being present in the moment and paying attention to what is right in front of you to truly be able to experience not just the moment, but living your life in that way so that you can get everything out of it. This section had a bunch of records over to the side too. It's definitely running short on time this day, but I come to this antique store pretty frequently and I need to take another look. I love all of these antique tools. I thought that'd be really cool to put up maybe in the garage or in a pantry, not a huge wall like this, but to be able to have that as decor. These pink and white and blue bowls, my great grandmother used to have them, and now my mom actually has them at her house. So I love when I get to see them. If they're in good condition, I try to reach out and let them know. So if my mom wants to have me pick that up for her and add it to the collection, that one was not in great condition. I love this kind of like brutalist style, like very hard edge pieces as well. I love the way they look next to super soft things. And in the pantry, I've started to collect flour bags and like peanut bags, dog food bags that are in burlap. I think that would be cool. Instead of art, I just like things. These little Spode Christmas cups are so cute. Love that design so much. Try to pick up some of those pieces. Some awesome storage containers. Those windmills get me every time. Got an awesome fire extinguisher. I'm using the word awesome a lot just because that is what it is. It's really cool, like coppery color too. That just kind of standing in a corner would be a really cool, interesting piece to have instead of just a fake plant that you would pick up in an aisle of home goods. Yeah, I would much rather have something that's got history in it and something that, you know, I spent the time and looked for. Again, these blow molds were so killer. That clown cookie jar. I'm kind of regretting not picking that up, but it's probably better for my nightmares that I did not. I love those. So freaking cute. This stall in particular had a lot more of those cardboard cutouts as well, but they were really, really small. You can see the little heads with the pumpkins there. And I would love to know where they actually source those from, because most of those, like these skeletons here, are actually modern and still produced, so they're not vintage. And then I spied another one of those bowls and a cute little bat illustration behind it. These are some more like super cute Halloween ornaments. I would love to have a Halloween tree. I've seen other people do it, but I've not ever done it. This is another family thing. My mom's side of the family has had these around in the house during Christmas time forever. I think these are also my great grandmother's influence. And I just love how happy they are. Like they're definitely creepy when you're a kid, but now as an adult, it's just so much nostalgia. And in my heart of hearts, I want a cuckoo clock somewhere. I don't know where I would put it. I don't think that it's necessarily practical for it to scream at me. I would probably get scared, but I love it. This is an old bar that's actually hidden inside this globe. And I don't drink, but I think this is a really cool thing for someone to have in their office or in their space that they entertain, to be able to open up for guests. I think it's a useful piece, but also really interesting. And again, I collect blue plates, blue and white. I love the different designs on them. I actually have that one with the little chalice, and it just makes everything a little bit more fancy to eat off of that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I've got to hand wash it. Can't throw it in the dishwasher, but definitely makes me happier. Found another little cornmeal bag to add to the collection for the pantry as well. All right, back in the car now. That was great. I don't even know if I showed you everything. It's really easy to get lost in there. There's so many different alleyways to go down. It's hard to keep track of which places you've already been. But every time that you go in there, I mean, you just see new stuff because it's an antique store, so things get bought and the people that are selling bring new stuff in. That's what I love about it so much. It's just cool to look back and think about the history of things. I imagine, you know, what was the person like that owned this item? I know it's not for everybody, so I hope that you'll forgive me if this isn't necessarily your cup of tea, but if it was, please tell me what your favorite thing that you saw was and what kind of antiques you collect. Is there anything specific? I know people have certain categories that they really like versus others. And what tips do you have for me looking for antiques if that's something that you do too? But yeah, thank you so much. We're really excited. I think we're gonna have some work starting on the house in early September. So be on the lookout for that. And in between now and then, what else do you want to see that isn't house related from me or from Luke? But we'll see you next time. And that's all, folks.